you doing? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Jugglers on Juggling episode. I don't really know right now, but this is season 3. How you doing? This week's topic is going to be finding time for practice. Now this is a topic, this is a question that was posed to me on either a forum, in an email, or on YouTube. I can't remember which. Basically the question was, how the hell do you find time to practice every day? And after reading that question, it got me thinking, how the hell do I find time to practice every day? Because when I think about it, I don't really have any big chunk or, I don't really practice that much. So, at least it doesn't seem like that much. So I started thinking, and during the spring semester of last year's college semester, and this episode right here, I don't really need to concentrate on facts or give any disclaimers or anything. This is just going to be stories from me about my life and how I run as a college student who has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Okay? That's me. Chances are, my methods may not work for you. They work perfectly for me because it fits who I am and what my situation is. They may not fit for you. Basically, the whole idea is that I don't practice in large chunks. I don't take like an hour out of each day to drive down to my local gym, rent out a racquetball court, and practice for like at least an hour or two in one giant block and then come home and I'm done juggling for the day. No. Basically what happened was, in the fall semester of last year, or the last spring semester, I basically started doing this where I would just be constantly bringing my juggling equipment with me wherever I go. I would always either have rings around my neck, or chances are, because I'm at college, I would have my book bag with me, and since I don't take a lot of courses, I'm only taking 12 credits a semester, I only have 4 courses, so I have 2, maybe 3 classes at most a day. And and I'm not the type of person to do everything in large chunks. I like to spread things out nice and thin. I'm the type of person that'll take a book report that's due in 1 week. I'll do a paragraph today, a paragraph tomorrow, a paragraph the next day. You know? And then on the last day I'll write my conclusion and finish the whole thing out. Basically, I would schedule my classes. I'd have, at the worst, 2 that are right next to each other, a giant 3-hour block in between where it's just socially hanging out in the college center or juggling or whatever the hell I want to do, and then I got another class at 9 o'clock. And basically I always schedule late classes because I am a heavy sleeper and I don't like waking up early. So chances are that my schedule goes, I wake up at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, spend 10 minutes getting ready, then another 10 minutes eating breakfast, which is also lunch. Then I'll get to my 12:30 class, spend an hour and a half there at my 12:30 class, then I'll have another 10 minutes, which I would use for whatever, whether I feel like juggling or not. Whatever the hell I do, I'll either take out my Game Boy, take out my laptop, watch a video, or do whatever the hell I want to do. Then I'll go out to my next class, spend that in that class, and then I'll go for my big 3-hour thing, where I'm basically hanging out and juggling at the same time, usually. Because if you know me, chances are you don't personally know me, but I juggle whenever I have a free moment. That's the thing. That's my plan. That's my thing is, if I feel like juggling, it's like I'm just walking around, I go, I feel like juggling. Take off my backpack, grab a couple balls, put the backpack back on, and I'm juggling as I'm walking around on campus. That's how everybody knows me when I'm on campus. They're like, "Juggler dude!" Even when I'm not juggling, they're like, "You're the juggler!" It's awesome. I really love being recognized like that. Basically, that's how it is that I would always, I'm very impulsive, and I've learned to live with that. I use it. I go, if I feel like juggling, I'm juggling. If I don't feel like juggling balls, I will juggle rings. Because I always have the rings on me, and it's not really that hard to carry around equipment with you. I mean, just learn to deal with having a backpack constantly with you, and you can carry as much as you want. I mean, I always have on me, when I go to college now, I have 1 book at a time, because, the parking lot is right on campus. I don't have to walk that far to get it. Plus, that's part of my exercise, is I would walk to my truck to get my next book. But in my backpack, I'd have 1 book, my laptop, rings, balls, power cable for this, camera, and pencils. And all that together weighs less than 10 pounds. So I'm perfectly fine with whatever the hell I'm carrying all day. So, with that, basically I just carry my props around with me, and I learn to be spontaneous with it. And another thing is, I don't care when I juggle. I don't really care what time of day it is, or especially where I'm at. I've also learned to deal with that. Is that I don't understand how some jugglers are like this, but I know a couple jugglers that are like, I will not juggle anywhere else but a convention, a gym, or a racquetball court. Why? Why do you stupefy yourself like that? You can juggle anywhere. That's the great part about juggling. It's not like athletic running. Athletic running, you have to have your shoes on, you have to be outside at a track, a parking lot, or a sidewalk. And you can't run indoors, you know? You can't do it. Not in a residential house. You cannot do laps around the house. Juggling, you can do anywhere. You can do it in your living room, you can do it outside, you can do it in your garage, you can do it at a friggin' commercial place, you can do it in the mall, you can do it wherever the hell you want, as long as they don't kick you out. You know, that's what I love about juggling, is you can whip it out and do it anywhere. And who cares if it's not a perfect environment? So you're stuck at home, it's raining outside, you don't have enough money for gas, you can't go anywhere. So what? Do 4-ring tricks or lower. You know, if you're feeling like, oh, I need to practice something, but I can't practice anything, work on your low 5-ball tricks. Like, don't do side swaps. It's like, oh, I don't need to really practice 744. I need to practice my 66661s. So you'd sit there under your 8-foot roof and you'd practice your 66661s. You can do that under 8 feet. Sure, why not? It's like, I need to work on my half shower. There's your half shower. You know, and who cares if you find yourself at a place and the roof perfectly matches the color of your rings, then just don't juggle rings. Take out your balls and juggle them. You know, and since we're all jugglers here, you can really get pissed off about that joke, but that wasn't a joke. But basically, you know, that's what you do, is you work with whatever your surroundings are. Say you're in a cafeteria and there are blinding lights everywhere. Just move over and look at the wall doing it. Do some low tricks with like 3 clubs. Work on your Alberts, you know? Just learn to improvise. There's a lot of people don't really know how to improvise, and I know that a lot of people do, but there's some people that do not know how to improvise, and those are the people that I just can't understand how they can survive from day to day. It's just a miracle to me. But basically, those are my keys to finding time to practice. Is learn to improvise, learn to be spontaneous, learn to carry juggling equipment with you wherever you go, because you never know when you're going to have a free 10 minutes, when you're going to have a free 30 minutes, that you're going to be able to practice. You could just find a quick roof to juggle under, and you can just do it whenever the hell you feel like. Learn to be spontaneous. And the thing is, if you take that and add it up, all those spontaneous little juggling things, it's like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, or a half hour here, 10 minutes here, add it up, before you even realize it, or before you even calculate it, you've already juggled for at least an hour each day, you know? And that's enough to keep you improving. That's enough to keep your progression up. I am still progressing. I have no idea how I do it. I just progress. It's astounding to me sometimes. But basically, that's it. That's how I live my life, and that's how I practice, is not in one giant chunk, not, you know, long enough that I have to spend a half hour, then break, then another half hour, then break, and then go for a full hour at a gym, and then I'll go home and, you know, won't juggle for the rest of the day. No, I juggle here, juggle there, juggle there, juggle there. You know, I do it whenever the hell I feel like it, and it progresses me. It allows me to progress, it allows me to maintain my interest in juggling, and it allows me to not get tired out. It is great, it works for me, it's perfect, and that's my story as for how I progress and how I'm able to find time to practice. Is not that I find time or not that I make time, it's that there is time there, you just gotta learn to use it, you know? That's the thing with time management, it's always something interesting. And that's it for this week's episode. A short episode, but very clean, very concise, because I'm not going to talk about methods that I don't personally use. That's a rule I'm making for Season 3 is I'm not going to talk about things that I don't personally do. That way, no one can say, "You're wrong! You don't know what you're talking about!" No, I do know what I'm talking about. I do it. So, if that's the case, if you still want to yell at me anyways, you can email me at jojfans@gmail.com. That will forward to my regular inbox. That way I will be able to instantly get it and reply to you as soon as I can. Won't help with the stuttering though. That's going to be there for all of eternity. At least until I take more public speaking courses. So thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, and you won't hate me